Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Roka, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Today, I think we're going to start a series of in-depth VOD reviews. So if you don't know, I actually do a little bit of coaching for a collegiate team, just for fun. I used to play for them, and now I'm offering my services as a coach because we don't have any funding. So that's what this video is going to be, is my full VOD review. I've got notes on the side from the live game, and I'm probably also going to be pulling up Valoplant in the background. So you can see here I've got these two windows layered, and that's just my recording. So this is recording from my POV, from the spectators, and yeah, we're just gonna go through a few rounds that I think are important to look at. We have two games, Ascent and Sunset. Spoiler alert, both of them are losses, but that's why we're here. We're here to review, we're here to get better. So yeah, positive vibes, good constructive criticism, and let's kick it off with round one.
Okay. Audio B.
All right, we're stopped very early, and just take a moment to think about what might be the optimal play. And I know I just heard at least 3 footsteps. You're gonna have to forgive me with the audio in this VOD because my left earbud is sort of giving out. I think it's actually the port on my computer, but that's besides the point. I can't hear out of my left ear really, so my calls on that will be a bit strange. We're hearing lots of steps B, and we get the call from Hertz, who is our IGL. And this knife comes in, so we know there's a lot. Let's see what our rotation looks like from these A players here.
Rotate B, all 5.
I'm blind as fuck.
As soon as we're
Rotating now.
unblind. Okay, so we're unblind and we're dead. Thankfully these players are starting
Already on.
These guys are rushing B pretty hard.
Good luck. Still on site. Oh, yikes.
And KJ falls as well.
Could be close. One main. Oh.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Spike planted.
Perfect.
Nice shot.
One main. Be careful, man.
Okay.
See my drive open in the background as well.
Play together.
So yeah, now that we've lost all of our numbers, just a 3v2, this should be pretty lost. But let's look at this in Valoplant. I do want to touch on the pistol at least to start. We have our KJ and our Sova, and then we had Omen, KO, and Jet on this side of the map. We get at least 3 heading this direction, and so this rotation should be instant. I would even like to see a 3-man push through the flank because of how quickly they're going. Now, it's very hard for our B-site players to really acknowledge how fast they're going besides the stomping footsteps, but there's really no way to prepare for a Jet's dash up lane here, especially while we're blind and can't hear anything and can't see anything. So that's unfortunate. I would like to see a bit of a flank, because by the time we make our way through spawn, these players have already either locked the site out or are dead, which is what happened. And you can see here in the VOD, if we just go back, not that far, up to like here. It's 10 seconds into the round, and Soa's just died.
Already on.
And then
Good luck.
KJ dies at a minute 26, and look at where we are in this rotation. So with our players dead, boop, boop. We've got, just double check this, make sure I get the spacing right. Okay. So Omen here, and then Jet's in mid somewhere. Mid, and we're grouping like this. We're not even going spawn, actually. We all 3 are going market. And so let's This is just kind of unfortunate. We lose 2 players. No one gets traded. Kind of just a lost round. It's a 3v5. So that's not ideal. However, I think a flank in this scenario would be better because in the event that we do kind of shut them out and stall, their pathing is going to go this way and this way. And we kind of just want to meet them there, to be quite honest. Just set up in mid. We all could have gotten to mid around the same time as Jet, so we easily could have had a setup like this. Now, knowing that our 2 players have lived instead of died is key because we would have to set up here instead of continuing to push. If we were to keep pushing this direction, then the enemies would just swing wide and take a big gunfight. And this is not exactly what we want on our pistol, especially as the defense. We left A wide open, and so if we lose these 3 players here in mid, they go this direction. They win the round. So fighting this would not be very good. But that's not what happened. So we have our players here. KJ, so would I. It is big sad. So now we're in a 3v5. Let's talk about what we can do to sort of clinch this round out if we have to. Like if this were a match point, right? There are things we could be doing. And the first is on this Jet.
That's one main.
She needs to get traded like instantly here. Which she does. I'm kind of wishing that she died a bit sooner. Not much we can do about that. She's kind of crazy for pushing up. But with that second pick, this 2v3 is actually fairly winnable.
Play together.
And our call from the teammate is very accurate. Play together. That is how we win this. So without having seen the rest of the round, oh, I have seen the rest of them, but without seeing any more, what is it? Omen KO? It is Omen KO. Goodbye, Jet. This little bunny unit should probably double down on lane or double down on stairs, but splitting 1-to-1 is very not good, especially in a 2v3. And so the idea, I think it's going to be more effective to come out lane than stairs. Reason being, this spot right here is a crossfire, and they are very likely to have vision on that point from all 3 players, assuming they're set up properly and they're not pushing up. Getting out onto this spot is going to be nigh impossible for even 2 of our players here, just because there's 3 different angles. Now, coming from lane, you run into a similar problem where there's a lot of high lows. Excuse me. There are a lot of high lows to kind of deal with. However, with a flash can land. Sorry, this could be KO or Omen. I don't know what utility we have left in this round. KO is about to throw his only nade, and I don't know if we're ever going to see what Omen has.
Okay, headshot. KO headshot.
Oh, we actually cleared a B main player, so that changes things. But the idea is that we go this way, we hook a flash over this wall, and it sort of negates a lot of this zone from being dangerous, while also taking care of any of these weird angles from stair side. Or alternatively, we could use a Omen paranoia. Have Omen sort of sit back and blind from this angle while KO is set up like here so he doesn't get hit by it. This looks pretty good too. Gets all of this zone blind. And then all we have to worry about is the rest of the site. Should be able to just jump out into this spot and kill anyone who's blind and finish fighting. So that's really the only ways that are available to us with such a player disadvantage. But let's see how the rest of this round plays out.
13 seconds. I'll push through.
They were in fact playing B main, and they took a pretty good timing here to. See, they were playing under. Wasn't too far off.
Oh, good
Yeah,
try.
so we lose this round. That's
Yeah.
okay. But this player here actually could have thrown that round. They go down, and we're scaling. And so now it's a 2v2. But there's a player here, and this player is coming up to fight. And so this is just a matter of exposure. Once we kill this B main player, we need eyes here, and we need eyes here. Excuse me, let me draw in a different color. This guy's dead. We need eyes on this direction and eyes on this direction for sure. But we have to like sort of scale. This is hard to do on Valoplant, but I have to scale up to this exact spot on the wall together. And then we both have to be here. Because if someone slips past the wall and the other person is exposed, what's going to happen is exactly what did happen. And they're going to peek stairs, and if this guy loses the fight, which they do, it's going to be a sad time. And it's going to be left in a 1v2, and that's just hard to win. So, pissed around, all in all, not terrible. I mean, it's really hard to sort of compensate for a fast rush like what happened. Like this rush is incredibly quick.
Audio B. Rotate B. All 5.
And I
Blind
think
as fuck.
we needed to
Rotating now.
actually
Hold
Already
on.
on, already on.
dart
Good luck.
sooner. We hear all those steps and there's no reaction from our utility. Banking a shock dart and dropping off for cover, shooting a sonar into one of the windows just to get a scan of how many. Basically anything that might prompt them to sort of fall off or stall out. But we're
Audio
a little
B.
late on our utility.
Rotate B. All 5.
In fact, I
blind
don't
as
think we
fuck.
ever shoot our
Rotating
dart.
now.
Yeah, we
Hold
don't.
Already on, already on.
Jets on top of us before
luck.
we can even react. So
Jet on site. Oh, yikes.
it's not good. We need a better reaction for our utility, and then as our KJ player, excuse me, she has to be a bit more reactive to playing off
Audio
of
B.
the Sova.
Rotate B.
So
All 5.
here,
I'm blind as fuck.
oh, we're both
Rotating
blind.
now.
Never mind. That is tough.
Hold
Already
on.
on, already on.
So never mind. I was
Good
gonna
luck.
say KJ should be swinging sight to stop this jet from killing Sova, but that's not possible with a blind KJ. So yeah. Sort of just unfortunate round. They outpaced us really quickly and did the best we could in the end. Couldn't win out the round. Let's go to the next
play
one.
together.
I want to take a look at round 3 because,
2 on
well,
site.
just so you guys know,
Alarm back here.
this round has
Place-
sort of a push.
My
We all go down.
Flashing now.
We can flank here.
AO knife B.
Oh, left side.
They're waiting for this push.
Oh,
Actually, they basically
Unfortunate.
stacked that
Sounds like
and
AOB.
had our number. That's all right. But yeah, Eco plays in the 2v5. We get a trade back apparently
100.
Mid. Good try.
at some point. We
They
did.
kinda did.
Maybe it was earlier, but
Yeah,
lose the eco.
figured-
Sorry, go
They
into
figured it
the
out. That
gun
sucks.
round. First gun round. So we've got to set up 203.
Check for early B.
This team likes to sort of give mid
Their rundowns
sometimes.
are
So.
pretty hard. So if
Say-
they. Yeah.
I was gonna say we could just
Check
play
for
on
early
site.
B.
Okay, let's play side then.
Let's give it a
because we
watch.
should have gun advantage here. Towards A.
Knifing.
1 KO.
Not push up.
Alright.
Push close.
This is an important moment.
Grabbing orb.
We got vision on outside of B, so we know they're not there. This needs to be communicated a bit better because right now what the A players are saying is there's one there, but we have the info on B that there's none there. And so if we do a little Valoplant math, there's 0 here. There's at least 1 here. It could be greater than 1. So that means there could be anywhere between 4. There could be 1 to 4 players here, and another 3 players here at max. So this is very important for us to recognize as a team. And I don't think it got communicated well enough because of the way we're set up. Because now, looking at these numbers and where these players might be trying to go, which is up mid and through A main, this is very much starting to shape up like an A split. And that's very common on bonus rounds, especially at the collegiate tier level, where they will probably send 2 here up cat, and then 3 main, or 3 cat, 2 main, whatever. This person's probably not alone though. That's a fairly safe assumption. In fact, when we get the call that there's 1, I'm just gonna write this is 2. 1 is 2, because we shouldn't be going alone. The only time we can make the assumption that 1 doesn't equal 2 is when 1 is a sentinel. So if we know, like we hear a KJ turret or something and we call, there's 1 here, that is a safe assumption to assume they are alone. And if they're not alone, then that means they're compromising their position elsewhere. And it's like, we're okay if they still stack on top of a sentinel, because then that means one of their players is out of position. You know, their Sova might be, their KO might be grouped with KJ, which is suboptimal. You kind of want your KO with Jet. But I digress. We're probably going to see a split here, and let's play the round and see what happens.
Yeah.
You want stick?
I'm mollying. They blinded.
I'm blind.
All right, so they're definitely coming out of A main right now. We did see a lot of presence with get rid of my quick math. We did see a lot of presence here, and specifically the enemy jet was spotted here. And you know what? Let me just mirror them, because I know they're playing the exact same comp. This is ASCENT. We don't deviate from the meta here. These question marks are important ones, but actively this jet is, you know, peeking these lines right now. So we need to very much focus on this threat. But our players are blind and they're about to come out. So what do we do here? I think this kind of falls onto Omen. We've already dropped a smoke, which is good. Shuts out this jet from, you know, just walking out for free. But then I think the next course of action is actually you have to get into this corner and prep your paranoia to sort of enable a team fight where we can actually fight back. So our 2 players are blind, which means they can't fight, and we have to counter with our own blinds in order to, you know, kill the jet that's about to dash onto site. So let's watch what happens.
They fucked up their dart.
Out.
She comes up to Jen. So now, if we had this blind prepped, it would be very simple to just, blind the jet. Our jet can fight. It'd be easy. We get the first trade, and then we can continue fighting people who are walking out of the smoke. However, just got knives, and she kind of fries.
Oh.
And so
Two out,
now
two out.
we're looking for trades and stuff, but let me go back.
They blinded.
I'm blind.
Okay.
They fucked up their dart.
We're taking how many raw gunfights? That flash from KO is the last piece of utility, and then we have 1, 2,
Two out.
3,
Alright.
4, 5 kills before the next piece of utility from our team, which is the drone. And so this is aimed at the team that I'm doing this review for. We need to use more utility in these situations. There's a lot of time for KO in this corner to rip another flash so that Omen can get another peek, or Omen really needs to have his blind prepped and ready for this sight hit. But just a lot of dead time, and we're expecting to win these duels while they're throwing utility at us, and it's just
Right here. got running.
It's
spam
not
for this
realistic
smoke.
to assume
one
that's
shot,
going to
just
go
one
our
shot.
way.
Oh, Silver's
So
at 40.
let's just watch the rest of this round play out.
I have dart in 2.
One main.
One main.
Sova
Sova
main.
main.
Revealing area.
Hell?
Push out.
Man. Here. Shit, good try.
So we tried.
Unlucky.
A bit unfortunate on the split. I think it's always going to be smarter to delete all this. It's always going to be a bit smarter to have stop glowing. Is it KJ Sova? To rock together, because after this dart lands and gets broken above a main, the next thing that they're going to do is look this way, and we have to peek it regardless. But doing it with 2 probably would have resulted in us killing this Sova at the very least, because then it trades, and then we know there's 2 on site. Well, we don't know that, but there are 2 on site. So this heaven down to site fight is a lot easier with the more people. Either way, I don't think it matters. We should be going together in this 2v3. If it was a 2v2, you could probably justify splitting and looking for a 1v1 and just covering more ground. But in a 2v3, you kind of just have to peek off each other and hope that you can get a kill without being traded, because then you set yourself up for a 2v2 that's winnable. So just things to keep in mind. Stacking together. So let us move forward. Play a few rounds out, and you know, it's not really going our way too much. I'll find, what is this round? What is this round?
Gio, is your mic muted?
This is round 11. Shit. Wait. Yes.
Over
Yes.
here.
Alright, and then I
like
like
this
somebody came into the room. I talked to him.
Okay.
Sorry.
Give this a
That's
watch.
fine. All dart for you.
I'm gonna do
Just
the same
play
night.
NCL Odin for you.
Revealing area.
So we get this early pick from the jet,
Nice carry.
I can't smoke. I can't
swinging
smoke.
in.
He's
I'm
right
still gonna be
here.
holding tree.
And so now we know
Yeah.
KO's down. I really like
Let
this
them
play, by the
revive.
way. We start
He's
spraying
He's dead. He's dead.
his dead body, which is
I'll shock dart to slow.
awesome. That's very good.
There's a
But you
dart.
can see here the difference between round 1 and now. We've used a lot more retaliatory
Yes.
KJ's
utility,
looked up mid here.
which is
Looking up.
golden.
Market now.
And we're still doing it because we know they're still trying to pressure us. And this is a very important bluff
Got a
Nice.
kill join there.
to
They're drum
sort of
lane.
continue
Yeah.
fighting
Pushing
back.
That's up lane. That's up
And,
lane.
and just
I'll
using
pop-
utility. If for
I'll
no
lane,
other
I'll lane.
reason than
Oh, sorry. That was a mistake. I didn't mean to do that.
On site. On site.
Hold on,
Drop,
hold
drop,
on.
drop.
discourage them
flash.
from going in. And notice how much
Flashing.
slower this hit is than round 1.
Back,
Jet
hold on,
never
hold
had
on.
a chance
Hit
to
80.
burst because,
Nice. Good
first
job.
of all, our Jet is
Good job,
peeking
good
and
job.
killing someone. But there's just a lot more utility coming in to stall.
All right.
So much better. And really, really good positioning by everyone. I think this is awesome. It's been unfortunate when we lose this pick here.
Yeah.
That's
KJ's
that is
looked
what
up
it
mid
is, but
here.
our team
Looking
is
up. You can
adjusting
mark
to
it
sort
now.
of pick up the slack. And this is a beautiful bait.
Got a
Nice.
kill
To get the
join there.
drone to come lane, yeah, those few shots, like,
Their drone went
underrated.
lane.
The drone comes lane, and now
That's up lane.
Jet
That's up
is
lane.
I'll pop.
focusing Sova, which gives our Jet like a
Oh, shit.
golden
On
position.
lane. On lane.
Golden position.
Oh, sorry. That was a
You
mistake.
just
I didn't
can't
mean to do
beat that.
On site, on
Unfortunately,
site.
I wasn't
On site.
that. Oh, I have
spectating.
a flash. I have a flash. Flashing.
Just
Back, both of us,
solid
hit
round
80.
from
Both
us. Although here at the
Nice.
end, we're a bit disconnected in our peaks. We're taking a lot of 1v1s, so
That's good shit.
got
job,
to
good job.
sort of calm down on that one. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's take a look at the last round.
More. I'll hold it.
Wait, who's up?
Oh yeah, I can take that if you want it.
It's okay.
I guess about it. Thank you.
Start from here. This one I didn't really get a good idea of this. So
Fuck.
I'm gonna have to
but it's okay.
rewatch this.
Get out of my way.
They smoke cat here.
I think top mid. Running mid. Yep. KO's there.
Two top mid. One
Yeah,
push you, one
unfortunately,
push you.
I was not
Close.
really
Main again.
spectating
Okay.
insanely well.
Knife close.
I'm typing my notes on the side,
Yeah, I can't
suppress?
do that.
and so you can see I tab in, I swap perspectives, I tab out to start typing again at some point. So,
Nah, it's still going
I'm
B.
running there.
so this
Top on
round
top. Could be
I
on
know
top.
falls apart
Top of these
afterwards,
things.
and I believe
that.
the reason is that
Away.
we were not giving a B main the respect
There's smoke cat here.
that
Top.
we needed
Mid.
to. This is a really good point because our positioning is S tier. This is what you might see a pro team looking like. You know, one jump spawning
Going
mid,
mid.
two stacked up tree, one holding a main deep with a one way,
KO's
KJ
there.
jiggle
Good job,
peeking and whatnot. Go south when, you know, Sova gets pressured off, and instead of swinging B main to sort of protect Sova, KJ, you go
One push you,
into
one
spawn, which you would never have saved him from this KJ anyway. But in the event that she keeps swinging,
Push you,
you
close,
could
close,
have
close.
been
Main
there,
again.
which I guess
Okay.
is what happens right
No
here.
knife close.
But it's just the timing of everything. We needed just a bit more control over
They've done that
the choke
Cancel
on
it.
B main, preferably with a smoke to really discourage
Nah,
them.
it's still going.
Yep.
I've already tossed this
there.
one way. In fact,
Two top mid.
this round has gone long enough to expire. And when we know they're mid, like pushing, this is indicating a B split here. Not guaranteed, of course. Nothing is guaranteed in this game, but with a setup from them that's kind of like wacky goofy. Where do I have a second KO? No. Sova, bro. Where's Sova? They're coming up mid, whatever. It looks kind of like this. We probably should have a smoke B main. And the reason I say that is doesn't matter what they do in mid. They can go A or they can go B. Regardless, we know they're here, and smoking them is only going to give them an opportunity for KO to set up a pop flash through this smoke, which is very good. There's only like one angle you've got to clear coming out of the smoke that's like a rat corner, and everything else should get flashed as long as it pops like here. You know, everyone's getting blind to that. And so if you just rush this as a team, we're not set up fast enough behind this smoke, and this smoke ends up getting disrespected anyway. This B main smoke, however, when you pop out, there are way more angles that you have to worry about, and a lot of which, the ones that I'm circling right now, don't actually get blinded from a shallow flash, one that might land here. If it goes any deeper, though, you create a whole other set of angles that aren't going to get blinded. So the key differences here is what we're trying to stop them from like popping through. It doesn't matter what we do, they're going to pop through mid if that's their intention. Whereas if we don't smoke B main, they will be able to go out of this for free, which is still probably better than pop flashing out of the smoke. So, yeah, especially since we don't really have too much info. The only info we have is that we know that there's 0 in A main, just because Jet's just holding the angle, just watching this the whole time. So we know they're not really coming A main. We're worried about them on cat, and we know they're on mid. And B main should also be a question mark. So this B main smoke is very important.
One push you.
Would have
Close,
stopped
close,
Top
close.
main again. Okay.
at least one of our teammates from dying. I don't expect you to have the foresight to like see pressure mid and then smoke B main. That's a little bit of a tall ask from me, but it is something that you can be doing. it's hard to get a good smoke on mid anyway. So you might as well recycle your smoke on B just to keep the pressure off. And it's simply due to the fact that we control A here. We have all of A. Thinking about the next best smoke would either be tree. You would either put it mid early before this contact, or you put it B main. And in this case, B main is the right answer. Smoking mid is really not that effective. I mean, we've already got this boom bot or alarm bot also. So
Chris?
Can't do that. They've done that before.
we'll have this. I don't know if I'll ever be able to see how many players are coming out B main as well.
Still going B.
Just
On
it's
top,
tough.
on top.
It's
Be on
tough, man.
Top of these
So
things.
yeah, we're left in a 3v5. Skip forward.
Mid market.
Yeah, this is
That was market. Was it?
not going our way. Good round though for the most part. I mean, we were holding for a long time. The problem is that they found this gap, which was mid, and they flushed Sova into KJ, and that ended up being super detrimental. So anytime we're taking pressure here, we need to have B available to us as sort of a fallback zone. Excuse me, this needs to be safe. And so that could be KJ holding the line. But again, that still doesn't cover this angle right here. So yeah, just the smoke gives a lot of safety for the B players. And since there's no real good way to stop mid, might as well help B. All right, enough of that round. Let's move on to the next half. This is our pistol, and I wanted to talk
Just when you finish, come back.
mostly about the
mid-bottom.
post. I believe
Tree.
our actual execution here is
Okay.
very good.
I'm gonna
But
dark
the
tree for
way
you guys,
that we
so you guys
orient
can make space quickly, and
ourselves
I'll catch it. It'll be all three.
after the bomb goes down is sort of
You hold my main for me, Gio?
not the best. So let's just watch this out.
Should
Just
has
start
a
making
alarm bot
space.
here.
Zio, go with them.
Nothing.
Clear that, and I'll
Tree.
dark for you.
Two
KO
trees.
So okay, we took contact, and immediately we're starting our execution. So timing on this is beautiful. Our spacing, excuse me, volume. Our spacing on cat is a little off. I would have had KO like touching. Sorry, we're swapping sides. Swap sides. Whoop. Let me just get this Valo plant set up. Bang, 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 bang. And I'm assuming it's like something. I don't know. KO was here. That's all we really know. But this is sort of my assumption. KO is sort of on this line, which I think is really dangerous. You should be able to get on this line, which is safe from, a DPB main pick. And also, you're a lot tighter to jet. This is what I was talking about earlier with the spacing, is just being a lot closer. If this kill did, if this fight actually happened, instead of just KO peeling and trying to live, then you could have been in a much closer position to trade. But
Starting. You guys
let's see what happens.
Start going.
We start grouping. Yeah. So this is much better spacing from
Run
us
this.
coming out of the smoke.
One main, Omen main.
Oh, okay.
Left side switch maybe? No, not switch. He's somewhere here.
Oh, under.
On the straight. I have another smoke in 5. He's in the smoke, in the smoke, in the smoke.
So that's a really good call from us. We knew this guy was still here, and so we're all very
got him.
aware of that fact. And we get the
No,
site. So
no,
5v3.
Hunting safe.
Can
Now,
you flash all the way over here?
that's the call, okay? Can you flash over here? And I really like where this is headed. It's after this that I think we need to work on.
Yeah, hold on. Flashing now.
One tree.
So, okay, we're through heaven. We know there's one tree. Before I show everybody what actually happens in this round, let me set everybody up first. KO's here. Sova's going under. And then Omen's here, and KJ's on the switch. Is KJ on the switch? No, KJ's also in B main. Or main. And then it is just over KJ. Not that that really matters too much, but we know they're not here. Okay, let's do some quick maths, and I want our team to be able to do this sort of always. We know in this zone there's a total of 0 people. We know in tree there's a total of at least at least 1. And we don't know if there's anyone flanking yet. So that leaves two players unaccounted for. Missing. Now, knowing that, what we should be doing is taking our team like positioning and moving to where we know there isn't anyone. So now that we know there's no one heaven, we should be getting into heaven to try and like lock that space down. If they tried to come up heaven late after we stacked heaven, this 100% goes our way every single time, just because of the positioning of Jet and the fact that we have numbers on them in sort of a weird position. This is not on the site necessarily, but it is close enough where they're going to be ready, but not like ready, if that makes sense. Now, the key here is we've actually been split. And if you take a look at the mini map at this moment, they've cut a line. They've cut a line straight through us. And at this point, we just need to play as 2 separate groups. It's okay because we have numbers. This is only a 3-person line. And so in theory, if they try and walk out, we just have 5 guns. You know, Jet maybe comes up from behind or something. And it doesn't matter what they do. We outnumber them and outgun them. However, instead, we don't move. In fact, we never take heaven space. Jet's the only one up here, and now it's a bit different because this is a 2 and a 2. But we're not even on the same positions, and so it's very easy for the enemy team to find 1v1s. And so let's just watch what happens.
I can delay tree.
We know there's
Link
tree. I'm gonna have an alarm bot for it. Like we don't gotta do anything here.
Tree.
I have delay. I have delay.
Okay, we take a fight. That's all right. Meanwhile, actually, where the hell did Jet go?
Tree, 1 tree.
Oh, Jet was flank. So in reality, it was, KJ tree. Jet was flank. And if we go back and watch,
Two tree.
I can delay tree. Link tree.
I have delay. I have delay.
is it the timing? It was that timing.
Wait, flank.
Oh man, that is that is tough.
Tree, 1 tree.
Look at this. Sorry, I need to just showcase.
I can delay tree.
You check flank. She's in this box, and you checked this box. So just really unfortunate, honestly. But do we have anything for flank? I'm assuming you. Oh no, the turret's on site. See, that's if we have no utility for our flank, then we just need to dedicate ourselves to watching it. And especially
Linktree.
that would be much better
delay.
than this, which is just staring at a wall.
Wait, flank,
Not good. So we did lose numbers there, but if we had taken heaven control, probably could have gotten like a 3-man wrap, which would have been insane.
One man.
To sort of close out the round.
I'm starting the tree walkout.
Revealing area.
But yeah, this round just falls apart in a 3v5. Turned out it was 2 in tree and 1 flank. And so, I mean, just looking at this should win. And the reason it doesn't is sort of a timing thing. So kind of unfortunate. I won't fault that. That is unfortunate. But we can't be staring at walls. That's an error. And our turret should probably be here in the first place, because then it would have pinged, and turret does turn things. Now for these site players, it doesn't make sense for Jet to ever backtrack here, because if someone is actually coming up ramp late, then you're just re-exposing yourself to a fight that they're more ready for than like a wrap or something. They're gonna be ready for that, and so running backwards is kind of counterproductive, especially when the enemies know that they don't have a teammate up here. And so that's kind of a hazard zone for them. And they're already fighting our teammates who are on the site here. So their crosshairs are pointed in this direction. So when we swing, they're very ready for us. And in fact,
They're all hurt.
if I come back,
One main.
the speed at which you
I'm going
die
to tree walk out.
after swinging is
Oh, what the?
fairly quick. They get vision on you, and then they do take you out. Just complete the wrap. If you're gonna push forward for like surprising pressure, keep doing it. Don't ever backtrack on yourself unless like you have to, unless you run into 2 enemies here and then you go, oh, okay, just turn around and leave. But you want to keep that wrap going, because being behind this guy, you probably would have ended up taking a fight against KJ anyway, since she did end up going this way and dropping and killing our Sova. But having this fight go down is important because it alleviates some of the pressure from them, knowing one of their players and one of our players is sort of already engaged. And so they will know it's already a 2v2. So we'll be able to focus much more heavily on the flank, and life will be good. Fortunately, that's not what happens. So, yeah, our posts are a bit shaky like that, and this is a really good round to look at to sort of understand why. And the gist is, well, beyond everything I just said, they were able to create this line, and it makes us feel very uncomfortable. Barring the unfortunate flank deaths, Jet easily still could have done that even if you were watching flank. And so it's important to recognize this is a dead zone, but we still need to occupy it with a, not a body, but no, a body. I meant that. We need to occupy this space. And I think that basically just means Omen plays here and looks this way. Because we know no one's heaven, we actually get a lot of liberty being able to play in sort of this side of the box, because there's not these angles from heaven that we have to worry about anymore. It will leave us very exposed to all of these lines. However, taking that fight early will probably give us the information that we need to make the rest of the deductions for the round. If we had someone fighting here, whether it's KO or Omen or both, which actually I think this is the optimal setup, Sova pushing up here, and then these two holding tree and KJ sort of bouncing in A main, watching the flank. Sorry, I'm just trying to draw sight lines for us like this. And so now we've got one here, one here. This looks a lot stronger because we've gifted ourselves all of backside for free. It's just our site, we're defending past the site. And if I just do a little drawing on the side here, if this is the space that we're trying to defend, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players looking forward, and like this is the boundary, and we know they're coming from this side somewhere. That's kind of what we've set up here, is a central point to defend from, and we're around that area. But even if they manage to sneak past us, we can still turn around and fight that. We could still look behind us and go in. And so that is a very good concept to understand, is you don't always want to be in the space that you're trying to defend, i.e. the site, because that's where they're going to go. KJ has no other objective except go in and then bank left and get on the spike and defuse. That is her entire game plan for the next 20 seconds of this retake. Probably the same with Sova, probably the same with Jet. And so we don't want to be in this zone because they're going to go into that zone and they're going to clear us. We actually want to be around the zone. That's why Hell is such a strong position, because they have to go through the zone and into a crossfire. That's why A main is so strong, because they have to go through the zone and out of their way to really clear you and all the way into wine and all that stuff. So notice how the zones around the site are much stronger for our post, whereas the site itself is sort of, it's going to be a hot zone. The enemies are going to try and put themselves in this location, so you can kind of consider it theirs. And then if we allow a path in, then that's all they get. And the idea is to sort of punish anyone who tries to take off more than they can chew. So if this is their space that they're trying to get into the site, but instead they try and go this way, well, then the setup we have is pretty good for that. I mean, you can just sit here. I don't have to explain this too much. You've got a crossfire. If they try and push into you or through a smoke, then it's not going to go well for them. And you should be able to punish them with, greater than 50% reliability. That's what we're shooting for, is really are the odds in our favor. You can't win them all. Even if you have the right play, the right call, the right timing, everything, you can still whiff and they can still 180 you and still one tap your face. So, even if it's 99% odds, there's still that 1% that you lose. But, we still like this. We'd still make this play every time. And this is something that Wuhujin actually talks about in his VODs, which, I draw a lot of inspiration from, is the net value of your play, the net probability that it's going to succeed, and the net impact that it's going to have. So if it's a high risk play, i.e. something that's below 50%, probability of actually working, but it gives you impact that's, far outweighs that, then that's a 50-50 that you're interested in taking. If it's a 50-50 for the whole game, you take those. That is great odds for the entire match. You take that. That would be like your 1v1 clutches and whatnot. You've got to take a 50 at some point. It's just the timing of those. And so playing on site here is sort of it's like a 40% or lower. Being here just because they're heading this way. And so they're gonna clear these corners. There's nowhere you can hide on the site. Even Hell, the one spot where they might not clear you, that's getting cleared at this level. This isn't ranked. There's not going to be any unchecked corners. You might think there would, but again, that's not a reliable strategy. So pushing up into here now, oh man, this is amazing odds. Nobody's in here. We know still no one's up here. We have amazing early control. Like if they try and contact us early, we're just going to be able to fight and disengage if worse comes to worse. But now they're sort of forced to choose. Like they have to go this way, or they have to go this way. And all of these options are pretty solid for us as a team. But it's this like one in Hell scenario that's not so good, because this Hell player isn't doing anything. They can't watch anything. The Hell player is good if you have enemies coming from this direction, because now when they jump off, not only do they have to contend with all the new, they have to contend with all the new angles that can see this part of the site, but then they also have to look backwards at Hell. So that is the strength of Hell, is for controlling Heaven, with the spam going this way, with your utility, whatever. There's a lot of good value to be had underneath this platform, just not when we have someone up here, because at this point you're just isolating yourself in the deepest part of the site, and that's exactly what happens. Is you're the last one alive in this position without having had any influence over these other fights. Nothing you could have done about the jet flank, but this tree fight could have been very crucial for you to be a part of, either in tree, or either in window or fighting dice with KO. And you can sort of double down on backside behind dice. We have a lot of liberties just because of heaven, and this is something we need to realize: is the space that we have is our advantage, and we need to push that as much as possible. So we have this space. Just keep going. Just keep going. In fact, there are some rounds where we get this far, and I say cancel plant. Everybody come heaven. We're running spawn to B. And I might sound stupid, but look how stupid these players look now. Jet is lost. Jet is so lost if these players came this way. If we all went this way, right? Jet is lost. She's never making it. These guys are going to try and fight you over here, but you're going to be ready for that because that's one of the few options that they can do. You're looking this way. There's literally 3 chokes you have to look at when you're going through spawn. And so their next best option is to turn around and go this way. Same deal. Or go all the way back to B main, which is slow. And at that point, you should have full control of the site and get your ideal post plant. But it's this idea of we've already done this flash play with the jet, and she's peeked, and there's absolutely nothing there. We need to utilize the free space as much as we can. If this was bingo, you wouldn't leave your center unchecked. You would always take that free space. So I leave you with this. Bingo. Just remember, bingo. Always take the free space. It's free. You might as well. You might as well use it. And when I say use, I don't literally mean go into this space. I mean, that is an option for sure. But when you're attacking or you're I'm just going to say, if you're defending and, this is the line, this is free space. We're going to use it by playing around it in these positions, but this is free. We know we can rotate through that if we need to. Same thing here. We know this is free. Let's play facing the other way because that is where we know they're going to be coming from. At least within a certain timing. Obviously, I think Jet should be constantly checking this over and over, since there is timing from B where you just walk up and kill Jet here. But I'm going a little bit overboard on this round. I just wanted to highlight the fact that we had so much free space up here and hardly even acknowledged it. We got so tied up in this tree fight that nobody even thought to jump up here and join Jet. Even Jet heard tree and was like, I'm going to stop here, which we should have gone through the window, or we could have continued aggressing around and then, back into tree, which would have hard cleared all of this and then given us an even later flank onto the tree players. I'm going to stop talking about this. Let's continue watching. Next round is an eco.
It's good to actually not peek for a few seconds.
Just watch this to kind of give your brains some
We're
some
all
time
there. I'm
to
gonna dark for you guys.
So can you
digest the last
I'll be
round.
pushing with your flashes.
Yep.
Just call your flashes for me.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
I'm darting for you guys.
Scanning ahead.
Ooh. Okay, I'm flashing through now.
Close.
No.
Pizza?
Fuck.
I'll hold the cap
Left
push
side.
out.
Nice.
There's one guy here.
One tree.
Sniping.
Easily flash out. Not tree. Let's start working this space. Work this space.
That's a vandal.
Push together.
Another.
Left side. Market and CT. Market CT.
Yeah,
Touch
so
a hit
eco
26.
things.
Bowman's unknown.
Again, our
Yeah, they got
spacing
there's a
is
bulldog in a van.
not amazing, but we've already kind of
wow,
worked
okay.
on that. So
Oh,
this is
Picked
just
up the
to
damn-
It's a
kind
vandal.
of see.
Ooh.
In this case, Jet, you peaked too
Okay.
early.
I'm flashing through now.
You peaked as our KO is calling the flash. That's kind of on you. nothing you can do about that. Well, there is something you can do about it. It's called not swinging so early. So let's move on to the next round. We've got our gun round.
I'm gonna go with fucking Jet Dash.
And
Alright.
I
I
think
like to play in the smoke.
if our
One
first
push
round
out.
was very good in the execution and poor in the post, then this is
One-
sort of the
Yeah,
opposite.
NJ. Alright.
Whatever, he's gonna go.
Yep. ready.
Flashing.
Here we go.
Oh,
Going now.
It's
Flashing.
the only smoke I can do.
Diving back to
I'm in. Generator.
So pretty good jump on the site. We get a pick on site and then a lurk kill as well, but our entry gets traded. Now I want us to observe the positioning here. It's a 4v3. 4v3. Jet just died. And we're sort of set up like this. Now, I think we've talked about this a few months ago before our break, but I mentioned that it's very important that somebody also occupies this half of the site with Jet. And it's for this exact reason. When she takes this fight, she needs someone to be able to trade her or at least fill her shoes. If they kill her and the trade doesn't come through, then at the very least you can sit behind this box or continue getting into dice. But the important thing is that we still have someone over here, which means they can't just walk out here and start fighting because we can just peek and kill them. So right side of site, very important, and I like that Jet goes there first, but the fact that we're all left on the site, or all on the left of site, is not good, and you can see why. Now, they're able to clear these angles. You know, they're actively clearing them. And as they're working up, they're like, oh, nobody's on the right side of site. We can sort of just swing now. And so Jet does that and finds all three of you sitting in one spot. If I take these away, this space, there's no cover. Your best cover from heaven is literally this corner of the gen. Like, you've got to play this corner, and that's all you have. Which means if you're literally in this zone right here that I did, you have no safety. You have absolutely zero cover, which is why right side is so important. At the very least, you have this, and you have dice if you get pushed up far enough. The difference is they have very close cover, and so they get to work all of these angles while still having at least some semblance of it. So very disadvantaged.
at 840 heaven.
And then we're just trying to swing into it as if they didn't have three players
God,
peeking it
SCAD
at once.
Black.
So
Holy
I'd
shit.
like to see us send a bigger
Okay.
majority towards the right side of site. It doesn't have to be 2, it could be 3,
Wait, what?
and then
Where
Omen
was
sort
the
of
Jet sitting?
scales the center.
Heaven.
Goes to heaven. Goes to heaven.
There's two.
But
Yeah,
it's this idea of
I got can knifed.
1, 2,
Oh,
3 of us
okay,
went
okay.
left, and you
We
went
should've
far
waited
right.
then.
You should have gone up the
'Cause
center
I couldn't
instead of
dash
far
and,
right.
like, all
And
that
and
stuff.
the difference between
I think it's fine for us to sit.
this line and
Okay.
this line is very subtle, except it's not.
Heaven for A.
Except
We can
that's the
choose B
difference
to
between
B split.
someone standing here and
smoke,
killing you and someone standing
here,
here
here
and
A
with
killing
plays
that
you.
B.
It's fine.
Which
Can we
spacing
knife
is
Fluidway
huge.
here.
Spacing
bomb.
is huge. So that was kind of poor site clearing etiquette. There was a single person on site, but they just had the rotations in, and we just weren't playing for that. So
See if I can.
now we've sort of gone into a
I'm gonna see if I can
eco
knife
round.
this.
That smoke's not gonna last too long, guys.
Cancel. Cancel. Can we explode?
Okay.
Bogey, can you dash straight
Just
onto the
30
site? I'll
seconds.
look for you.
Okay, it took us 30 seconds to really start putting together a plan. My comment for this was slow playing can be good to try and catch any aggression from the defenders, But at this level, it's unlikely that they would ever do that. So, I mean, it's smart to sort of sit back and wait, because if they try and do that, it's very easy for you to punish them with your economy weapons. So it's a gamble that has very low risk. I mean, sitting there for 5 seconds, there is no risk. You're literally sitting there and waiting for a push. However, the risk that does exist is now there's a lot of time passing where the enemies can be scaling in the other half of the map. And this is something we need to be hyper aware of, is the timing of this. It only takes like 30 seconds for someone to do this route. I would boot up Valorant to sort of showcase this, but there's really no point. As long as we're sitting here and we don't have any information on what's going on this side of the map, they can be playmaking. And so we sort of get into B main and tiles and stall out. So our pressure is very low. This is fine for the first 5 seconds. The first 5 seconds, someone might get up to here and they might get 0 information A main. And so you kind of want to match their timing. If they were to make a ballsy play and push A main, which actually, if you were waiting over here, you would have punished them. But you have to assume they're going to check this, they're going to clear it, they're going to identify there is 0 people here, and then they're going to make a rotation like this. And suddenly your setup looks really silly now, and especially since you're going to wait here for another 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Timing is everything, and slow play is fine if the enemy is sort of feeding you a little bit of information or trying to counter you. But when we sit here for 5 seconds, we acknowledge there's nothing happening in B main right now. Like, we've got players here and we know they're not in this corner. Then we got to pick up the pace. So this call to sort of explode is correct. However, I think it comes too late, because now at this point, this jet can be all the way up here, and they can be very close to pinch you. So by the time you walk out, they'll be in B main behind you. Let's watch what happens.
Yeah.
But just actually, no, let's watch it from the start and get a feel for the timing of this.
We go towards B, do a B split. We smoke Pat here.
Okay, do plays B.
It's fine. Can we? Oh, we can knife for Killjoy. Here.
Yeah, bomb.
Nothing happens. At this point, they already could have checked A main and confirmed there's nothing there. We know they're not out mid since we have eyes, but yeah, she could be pushing through A main right now.
I'm gonna see if I can knife for this kill.
That smoke's not gonna last too long, guys.
Cancel.
Yeah, we're sort of just sitting here doing nothing. It's just
Can we explode?
it's
Bogey,
not
can
timely.
You dash straight onto site. I'll dart for you.
Now, okay, let's run this back. Pretend it's been 5 seconds into the round, and this is the space we have. Like, this is entirely achievable within the first 10 seconds. Okay, KO here, Jet here, Omen, Sova. This is totally. Oh, sorry, it was a KO, not Omen. Really? Oh. This is a bit backwards. We should have one of these initiators over here, but I digress. This setup is something we could have done 10 seconds into the round. So it's a bit of our pre-round planning kind of going to waste. But in reality, this is a position that we could realistically be in. And it's like still winnable. You know, they haven't taken all of A main space. Just very alone. She's going to try and clear every single corner because she's afraid of like a lurk or something. And then she's going to clear this. And then she's going to hard clear this. And, you know, she's going to take her time with that. So she's not fast pushing. She's not rushing or anything. But that would be if we got into this position 10 seconds into the round. We are now way past that. So let's just see what happens.
Cancel.
Let's just see what happens, you know.
Can we explode? Bogey, can you dash straight onto site? I'll dirt for you.
Loading market.
Towards lane.
Yeah.
Got it.
Let me set up.
Can you
Okay.
smoke?
Yeah. Smoking now.
Let's do it now. Starting.
Revealing area.
Swamp grenade.
Close lane. Close lane. Fight that. Fight.
She's
She's
blind.
blind. She's blind. Go.
Go. Push.
Flashing. Oh, stairs.
Wow. What the?
Last player standing.
Hey, on the bright side, we all died right here. That's very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, baby. That is a team right there. On the downside, spacing, man, is just not very good.
Set up.
Can
Okay.
you smoke?
Yeah. Smoking now.
Let's do it now. Starting.
Revealing area.
Swamp grenade.
We need to relax as Jet here. The second smoke hasn't even popped. The dart literally just landed like 2 frames ago, and you're mid-dash onto this Jet lane, which
Close lane.
doesn't go
Close
well.
lane. Fight that.
And now nobody is in position because they're still in the middle of throwing their utility. I think you have to just understand the space that you're allowed while the execute is underway.
Towards lane.
Yeah.
We're setting up.
let me
Not
set
yet.
up.
Not yet. You're still already overextended here. You're jiggling this. This is a dangerous line, and okay, whatever. You're a Jet player. You have a Vandal. That's fine. But even
Smoke.
when this smoke comes
Smoking
out,
Let's do it now. Starting.
Revealing area.
Swamp grenade.
you just wide swing. Like, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 angles that you had not cleared, and you just cleared them all in like 1 step. And this smoke is like nowhere near landing. It's just the timing. When this smoke pops, your peaking pattern should change, but you shouldn't just go gung-ho and start running in. You should go from jiggling back and forth to holding up to this point, because what might happen, and what probably does happen later in the round, is someone's going to take a flashbang and try and swing out to the smoke. And so while this smoke is still, you know, oh shit. Oh, you can just click on that. I didn't actually know you could do that. While this smoke is still traveling, and you can see it travel on the minimap. I know you can. I'm a own player. That's when you're holding. And once this lands, then you can start taking angles and slicing up the site. And this Jet over here would never even have a chance to, you know, do anything to you because you haven't even gone in yet. That's just the difference here.
Close lane.
Now, for the rest of us, we get darted, but we should still be going in. Should still be going in. We can't be afraid of the recon, even if we're tagged, because we know that there isn't really anyone spawn, and the person we're trying to trade will already be able to see us anyway.
Come on, go.
So-
Go. Push.
I don't know. Like, we all run into the smoke first.
Flashing.
It's just amazing. The first one out is actually Sova after Jet, and Sova's in the back of the pack here. It goes
Oh,
Jet.
lane,
Jet dashes in,
fight,
dies.
fight.
Sova just starts running in.
She's
She's
blind.
blind, she's blind, she's blind. Go, 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 go,
He's
go.
really the only
go,
one
go,
with
push,
pace.
push.
And so someone
Flashing.
should have been
Oh, stairs.
much closer to Jet, being able to fight that. But that's the kind of swing we should be holding for when this smoke pops and this one's not up yet.
Last player standing.
This is a very advantaged fight, but yeah, just timing with the utility. I won't go over it too much. And this is next round.
B as well.
One on
Nice
B,
kills, nice
one on
kills.
B, one on B.
Okay, this one's a good one to watch, I think. So this is the last real round of the game, I think. Just check this out.
Pushing.
Mid. B as well.
One on
Nice
B,
kills, nice
one on
kills.
B, one on B.
On B as well.
Are they pushing?
1A.
I think both.
They're gonna be.
All right, I'm gonna stop it here. Very good picks. We acknowledged their rush. We shut it down. We had people from both sides. We took fights. Great. Our setup hasn't really changed, though. We're still committing to our old plan, which is not good. And our KJ is about to take a fight right now. So let's see how that goes. All right, we win. So it's a 2v5, right? Easy pickings. We group, and we win. But that's not what happened.
We're going to be.
He's
Omen's
dead,
A.
he's dead.
Omen's A.
Bottom mid.
That's just a bit unfortunate.
Right side.
But we keep getting isolated here.
Nice.
Last on A.
Oh, you have spike. I should
Keep getting
close
isolated
door,
here.
Go. Oh,
Close door,
okay.
close door.
We just don't know.
You can open it.
We're just
fine,
not
too
sticking
late.
on top of each other. Like, we've really got to
How
play
many
these
usually plays
numbers.
A?
I understand
Yeah,
it's a lot more
like
fun
2
to go in
Go back
and
to your
take
turret
fights,
just in case he's trying to flank.
as
He was on
one.
A. I heard him audibly A.
just taking fights that you think are good,
Check that.
but we can't afford that sort of luxury at this level. It's just not something we can do. Sova never
I have
gets
dart. I have dart.
two in
Go
mid
to
here
mid.
if we were playing together
Go
and
to
keeping
mid,
together.
probably.
I can check it. He's still marked.
He's still there. He's still there. Don't try
So
to flank
we
that.
just
I
need
can
to
go for walkout.
eliminate
Sorry,
the
myself.
hero playing from our
have to
gameplay,
follow.
like just trying to swing to refrag. Swinging to refrag is not viable anymore. Swinging with someone for a trade
can
is completely different than
clear
swinging
stairs.
after someone,
For us, if we want to
And
go
trying
B,
to
we do a hard
refrag.
B hit.
because one is sort of guaranteed,
I have ult
like
here.
a 70-30 odds. If I'm
We could
trade
do that as well. I
fragging,
could clear stairs.
it's very
with
likely
Joel.
that they can't flick to me before I can kill them. So
We
those
just
are
sent
good
Geo
odds.
boathouse as
However,
well.
if I'm swinging to refrag,
Is that you're clean?
pretty good
safe
chance
start?
that they can
Okay.
reset their
yeah,
aim
thanks,
and
Richard.
click my head too, because they're locked in and they've already got one. They're probably going to get more. So refragging, not so good at this level. We sort of have to cut our losses and just regroup and play disciplined. That is the name of the game here.
So should I dash towards switch? Is that what you're saying?
Sure. I'm gonna start doing it now.
What's gonna be stairs?
Clearing it. Guarding
I
sight.
think this is also a pretty
Start.
good one, actually.
Knifing.
It's not gonna see anything. Clear back sight. Clear back sight.
I will note, we are going in halfway through this KJ ult, which is, you know, it's frowned upon sometimes.
A market.
In this scenario,
think there's
it
one
definitely
backside.
works.
Hold back there.
I mean, I can pick it apart. I don't even think we meant to do this, but, you know, this KJ ult forces the site player to, you know, if they're anywhere on sites, they're going to route through stairs and out if they can. Now, you guys did a good job of going out early to try and catch this, and I think that was the intention, although I don't know if it was planned. But then this Sova dart lands up here and scans this bit, so it doesn't even matter. Like, there's no safety here, and I actually really appreciate this play, but it didn't feel premeditated.
Knifing.
You know, kind of was just coincidence that we had this dart
Clear back
so
sight.
deep.
Clear back sight.
Of a
It was
market.
able to scan her on the
Hold back
stairs.
sight.
But that is something we can set up.
Hold
The
back
KJ
there.
ult with the dart going out early.
Yeah, one CT.
We know they're going to be running, so it's very likely
We
to
have someone
catch
for
them.
main. Market.
Oh, I fucked
All
up.
that good stuff.
There's two market, two.
We have a pretty good entry onto sites, and then we give back one pick. Okay, that's totally fine. I will say, Jet's kind of out of position in here. There's no one nearby to help this angle, and so you're kind of You're just isolating yourself there.
Third on
There's no
flank.
reason to stand that
They're
spot.
droning through market.
My U2's down.
So ult was good.
This post
Behind.
is pretty good though, I believe. Yeah.
Good time. We have
We got
numbers.
smoke
Go
on the
smart.
one side. Everybody else
Nice.
is looking at the other side. We got pop
Nice.
flashes coming in. We're defending our smoke. Like, this is gorgeous. We're holding our lines. We're applying pressure, but
There he
we're
is.
not.
Main.
Jeez,
Main.
We're not
Okay.
like over peaking and extending too hard.
Nice job.
Good example.
Anyone want this?
Nice.
Good example.
No.
Love this round. All right, we're gonna move on to the next game. I think there is a sunset game, so this wraps up, and we end up losing a few more rounds. So you guys can go back and watch it on your own time. But I do want to get into the next game before it ends up getting too late. And I talked a little bit about it there. Oh, spoilers! Don't look. Way to look away. All right. So here we are defending on Sunset. We've got a 1-1-3. Let's just see how it goes to start.
Yeah. I have a boom butt to cover after.
Where are you? Bring them
Nose
down.
towards V, one.
Oh, I'm retarded. I'm so
Start
sorry.
rotating.
Grabbing Orb B.
Look at their spawn.
Oh, that's my bad. Fuck.
So good info. We take a lot of A main space early. But we give a pick up on B. No, I'm not too sure.
Retarded. I'm so
Gonna have to
sorry.
watch the
Sitting.
mini map. Looks like
Grabbing
you're just
Orb B.
backing up.
Look at their spawn.
Yeah,
Oh.
you are just trying to back up. We need to be very careful when we're doing that because time to switch the map. Boop, sunset. While you're walking backwards this way, if they peek right now, you have no cover. So your route should be, I'm going to go around into the cover because it's closer than this, and then you're going to back up so you get angle advantage again, and then you're going to swing. You're going to go as hard as you can. So we just have to be very particular about our pathing. Walking straight backwards is the easiest way for Raze to peek you and kill you like she does. So
That's my bad. Fuck. That's.
I'm just
and
going mid
Omen
with you.
should probably be trying to
two
just
spawn right
leave
now.
After bot mid. After
once Cypher dies. When Cypher dies, like you've just got to give it up and play retake
Bot mid.
and try and back off because they're
One
hunting
market.
you.
Mid. They have market.
Reloading.
Nice.
Good refrag here on the flank. Now they know, however.
I'm gonna go through more.
Group.
Yeah.
We got a group there.
market.
One
market.
one person coming out.
Reach
Oh,
market.
they're closing door now.
This is too slow.
Yeah, I'm telling me.
Double swung.
We won't have any time to fight
one market, two
on
CT.
the spike.
I'm waiting for you. Actually, I'm gonna push back to
They're
you.
holding me market.
We don't have time for
Okay.
this stuff.
Wait for me.
We just need to commit to whatever position we're in and try and fight it.
That's CT side.
Yeah.
Last player standing.
Unfortunate.
And dude.
Yeah, this is just
Giving
bullying
me-
from them, but
No! Unfortunate.
we
That's
are
my bad.
not we're not
Okay.
on the same page about like what we're doing. We had 3 here. Oh, let me take off this arrow. Excuse me. We had 3 here. We ended up sending 2 in this direction. 1 back this way. We had 1 here. We had 1 here. Eventually, this 2 split into 1 and 1. This guy dies. This guy dies. Man, this does not look so good. Then this guy dies. And you decide to go this way. I don't know. The routing is just strange to me. I don't understand the logic. I personally would be here as 3 and be like, let's flank as 3. And then are we going left or right? I don't really care, but we're doing it as 3. And this unit is going to be unbreakable because they're touching each other. It doesn't matter if the team decides to go this way because we just turn around and beat them, which is different if it's 2 and 1, because now we're split. Now they can just push Viper and kill the Viper. Not good. We end up splitting for map coverage when we don't need it. The only time that's really going to be acceptable practice is on huge numbers advantage.
Also,
We're talking about
huge
I
numbers.
blocking too much.
solos and
Remember
stuff. Let's just set up in tradable spots, yeah? Instead of having maybe one, and that's fine.
I'm just gonna.
So I'm just gonna skip your ego as well. Which was
55.
This is box.
you know,
Right here.
ego.
Okay.
Just
Not gonna think about it too much. Although I did note, didn't we stacked 3 on A and then ended
Can
up
you
playing
sit top mid?
retakes. So
Geo-key switch with me?
I don't know. We just gotta be very
you can
conscious
watch- I'll
about
do a wall
are we
through
retaking or are
like
we
that,
holding,
and I'll put an orb
and
B
if-
instead.
regardless of which one we're
I have an
doing.
eye for
We need to
window.
be set up
Okay.
for that sort
throw
of
it in
thing.
Don't throw it unless if we're pushing off of your
Round 3.
Okay.
So Zeal's not with you. Save it.
This
you guys
one
just keep getting A space and
and-
pushing A. We'll play passive on B.
Just-
I'll slow them down with Mo.
I talked about this with the initiative earlier, but just take a moment to observe how little we move our positions throughout this round.
Molly. I'll jiggle
Cypher
tiles.
KMA.
We started 2A main, 1 top mid, 1 market, 1 B.
Cypher KMA. I'm gonna dog this.
Okay.
Grabbing
Talk.
orb B.
I'm gonna take this space.
Oh.
Okay, so we tried to push out in the mid. We get boned. That's okay. But because we got to trade on B. Sure.
Fuck, that was,
On
I'm
tiles.
sorry.
Even with this pick,
Market.
you know, our
tiles.
A main players are
It's gonna be
just
a
now
trick.
Separate
starting to
tiles,
push.
separate tiles.
Okay.
Ooh.
And it's 30 seconds into the round. They're
Oh.
out on B, and the top mid player is just now gone
They're
to,
out, they're
to
out.
Boba. So
We gotta speed up.
it's a bit slow on the reaction there,
Spike planted.
and
We're coming.
we're
market.
taking fights. Well, I guess we didn't really take a fight.
I'm
in
gonna
mid.
throw
We
eye
kinda
back
just
sight.
peeked and died
5
on
seconds.
base.
5 seconds. 3.
The reason this goes so south, so sideways,
I'll
is
keep getting A
because
space and pushing A. We'll
we're
play
taking
passive
no
on B.
aggression,
I'll slow them
so-
down with Molly.
this goes back to the initiative talk. You guys already went through that. I'm not going to do it again, but this is a really good
I'll
example.
jiggle
Cypher
tiles.
KMA.
We
Cypher KMA.
have
I'm gonna dog
an
this.
eye. We have a little bit of info. But we're not
Okay.
doing anything about it. Like, we're so passive. We're so passive that
Grabbing
our
orb B.
IGL is jiggling with his knife out.
I'm gonna take this space.
Oh, and actually, by the way, you
Well,
didn't
Cypher
see this
KMA.
guy. I just
Cypher
noticed.
KMA. I'm gonna dog this.
I didn't see it before, but
Okay.
right. Sorry.
Grabbing
Talk.
orb B.
Right there. Yeah, you can check.
Take this
Which I-
space.
Oh, fuck, that was
On
I'm
tiles.
sorry.
It's tough. We just gotta have our gun out and actually
Market
swing.
tiles.
It's gonna be a trip.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go through this round too much more. This is a gun round, guys. We should be confident in our fights and like trying to push our advantage by, you know, forcing fights. But instead, what happens is we end up getting fought in the places that we don't want to fight. And that's just not good.
Two.
Concussed.
Left if you're-
Shocked.
Can you go back?
That's just not good. This next one, I
Right.
think, was
Elbow. Dog through. Picked up orb.
strange.
Coming out elbow. Coming out elbow. Raises out.
Alter.
Oh my, he just jumped out. Push, he pushed past that smoke. He's at
She hurt?
55. Yeah.
I'm on the right round here. Oh, no, it's round
Whoa.
4. Excuse me. Ego.
Front A this.
This one.
Yeah.
This is the one I want to look at.
Look here.
Smoking here.
I'm lying behind that.
Grabbing this orb.
You
Alright, so
can
pretty
watch this,
solid
you can
B
push
main
this.
pressure,
Yeah,
right?
push this.
Dog.
Passive A.
Dogging,
Can you put
dogging,
your wall up? Can
dogging.
you put your wall up?
Alright, we spot this guy. He should be dead. He's pretty in the open.
Never
We
respond.
chase him and we kill
Dogging
him.
again,
They
dogging
walk-
again.
They walk up mid.
Sorry.
They might be going
3,
A right.
2, 1,
P.
oh.
Murder sub's got a
So the issue here is we're just swinging this guy. We have full info. We know exactly where this guy is. We know he's probably alone. It's probably Cypher. We just need to coordinate our swing and kill him. But we don't do that. Instead,
Dogging,
Can you put your wall up?
dogging.
Can you put your
we
wall up?
just kind of
Cypher
there.
respawn.
swing.
Dogging
Okay,
again.
good
Dogging
ball.
again.
Yeah, they walk up mid.
I don't know.
They might be going A raise. Maybe they'll be passing that way.
Albeit this guy's kind of crazy for hitting that,
Maybe
but
just put a little.
still, like, we
And I'm
could have had more
swinging
time to
that far,
prep.
I'm putting the-
We could have sat there, prepped, and he would have just swung into us, which actually he did.
Spawn.
Just swing. If
Dogging
he
again,
wanted.
dogging again.
They walk up mid.
Sorry.
He's just
They
swinging.
might be
We
going
literally
to
could have
raise,
just
maybe
sat
they'll
there
be passing
and
that way.
watched. He would have peeked back into
Maybe just
us.
put a little.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna swing it that far out. We're putting
The importance of a good
Oh
call,
my
bro.
fuck.
That is, God, Jesus.
Well,
That was disgusting to
what I do.
watch.
Spike planted.
And so yeah, a very good opportunity for us to do a 3-2-1 peak. We want to do those whenever we have good info on someone. You know, if we know they're in spawn here, we stack up. We go 1, 2, 3, and then we swing, and we peek. And if he's not in this area, well, then we know where he's over here, and we just continue to peek. Or somebody calls, stop peeking. There's a reason we should turn back around and go towards B and plant or something, you know. But those are the moments we need to do it. When there is a position that we need to clear, it needs to be called that it is going to be cleared. For example, if we know someone's backside here, we don't just go, oh, let me just peek him. Because then you die to this player. Or this player, you know. There's a million other angles. Or this player just kills you because you're alone. You go, okay, I'm going to swing. And you get your other player. You're, all right, let's swing together. And then the last player coming out spawn is like, yes, I look this way because that's the other angle. And they're killing this guy, so I don't have to worry about the back sight. Call the position, ask for a peek, set yourself up, and go for it. And that's how we're going to generate a lot more
Nice.
consistent value.
Sorry.
Let's move forward to round 9. I just want to talk about. It was last round. This one. Biphase.
That way you guys can focus left
Our
side.
defense setup is weird
Actually,
here. I'm pretty
that's
sure we
silly.
play
Just do a smoke.
2-3 or
Yeah, just do
3-2.
that smoke, silly.
We don't put
Yeah,
anyone
I'll
A,
put the
and I
wall
don't
there
think
again.
this is necessarily
I'll cover A, let
bad.
me just put this wall up.
It's
Yeah,
very much a
three,
gamble. High risk, high reward.
Pop your ult if he dies
But
or if we get a pick. Or not your ult.
This
your
needs
wall,
to be
okay?
communicated that
Okay.
we're doing it.
If
Something.
he
What do
gets
you want me
a
to?
pick,
What do you
If
want
he
me
gets a
to?
pick or he dies, then put up your ult. Put up your ult.
just push down mid. Just push down mid with them.
One bottom
I'm
mid, one
not gonna
tiles.
do that. I right click by mistake. I'm such a.
Falling.
I mean,
Wall up.
this
House,
fight
house,
is
house, 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 house.
very
Goddamn.
uncoordinated. Our
I
whole
just
call
fucked up
was
entirely that round. I don't even know what I was
just
doing.
push down
Right
mid.
click
I
by
think. I don't know. It needed more setup. We're all there. We can communicate better than this. I know we can. I've seen it before, guys. And the next round, I believe, was also good to look at.
Alright, we're gonna molly here and push up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Ah, yeah, this is the B main one. Yeah, I wasn't looking. So we
side?
start B main.
Q blind, Q
And-
blind, Q
and-
blind. Omen.
Asking for this. So what's important to note is how much more willing this team was to use utility to clear you out. They were not afraid to burn utility in order to guarantee advantage. Whereas we were very passive and saving our utility a lot. So
We're stunned.
they saw us go
Q blind,
through
Q
with
blind,
the
Q
cam,
blind.
and all it took from them was a fade dog. Well, I say all it took. They used a fade dog and a breach blast to kill your ass.
Damn.
And that might not seem like a lot, but that's 2 pieces of non-rechargeable utility. That is quite a bit of util to use on B main. Like, they haven't even gone into sight. And the only reason they're doing this is because they just know you're there. And so that's kind of going back to the 3-2-1 thing, but this has more to do with, like, proper utility usage. They have a good idea that you're here. And so they're not afraid to dump everything they have to guarantee a kill here. Even if it's just one person, that's still a huge advantage. Whereas we see Cypher here and we throw a dog at him and go, all right, let's just swing. You know, it's the difference is pretty glaring. And I wish we were more willing to throw our utility back. In this scenario, we throw a dog in retaliation. And I'm pretty sure we drop a nade. Oh no. Bugged out. It's hard to tell all the utility we have, but I think we naded early as well.
Q blind. Omen.
Was that a
We're gonna molly here and push up.
Yeah.
Was it a nade seize early? It was.
We're stunned.
So we nade seize dog
Q
and
blind.
smoke. Except they just waited for it. And so now if you don't want to die, you have to use the rest of your kit, or else they're just going to pummel you, which is what happens. And so yeah. We even used a boom bot. And so it's sort of just a timing thing, right? I might go back on my own word here and say that you actually did use quite a bit of utility in comparison, but it's just the timing, right? If you've already expended this much utility, you might as well go the extra mile and just keep going, because what are you going to do? Save like 300 credits or something? Like that's just no, it's not valid. I'm also this whole use the fade, like our entire half of our kits, just to stop them from rushing through B main, which indeed you did stall them for 10 seconds before they could make it to the stairs. But we're not following that up with a push. The whole point of this one way up on here is so that we can push with some advantage, and they can't swing the backside without us, you know, having a one way on them. And so it makes it very easier for us to focus our angles. And with the Omen Paranoia, this should have been set up for more of a like actual aggressive hit instead of just getting into this corner. I'm not too sure what the idea is here, and I don't even think that's communicated. I'll check the comms right now, but
Where is this?
Alright, we're gonna molly here and push up.
Yeah.
Okay.
push up, but we don't. We push into the corner, which is
We're stunned. Q blind.
no, that's not what we want. That is not what we want. More communication beforehand would have solved this issue. If we had communicated, oh, we're just going to use some utility to get in this corner, then Omen is a bit more ready to like contest the space with you. And in fact, I would have Omen playing B main, because you might as well stack a third player here. Leaving mid open isn't going to do too much. We're locking down the sites is basically what this setup is. But, let's move forward a bit more. I think it's the last round of this half. Oh, what is going on? Round 12. No, not here. 2-9. Where is it?
Ooh. That makes
Yeah, we can
sense.
just play back
So
site. We can hold
Yeah,
back
sure.
site.
Yeah.
this round plays out. I think we lose
Sure.
bogey on
Play
site.
together,
Yeah.
play together.
So now we're in a
Someone will
4v4 retake.
It's
I'll
a
go CT. Let's take someone come CT with me.
okay.
This round is a prime example of how communication could have given us a huge upset, but because we didn't verbalize our intentions, we end up being disconnected.
And then we have it. It's okay. Still, I'm with you.
Wall's down. Wait for y'all to push up Link, and I'm gonna throw I.
Okay.
Let's drop
3,
some.
2,
So that was good. This is good. We're calling our utility.
eyeing. Throwing dog.
Okay.
Right in front.
All right, but we just started swinging. I mean, I guess the idea is that we swing off of the eye. However, it's you throw the eye, you get the info, and then you call for the peak. The peak is a separate action. It's a very committed action because it requires everyone to have their guns out. And so while Fade is throwing her eye, Omen, who's with Fade, you know, has to be very careful about defending Fade. So you can't peek. If we had coordinated one big peek, be like, okay, we're going to retake now. Or we're going to retake in 3, 2, 1. And then we all peek at the same time. Everyone's on the same page. We're flooding everyone's screens. There's going to be a million targets for the enemies to look at.
Safe.
But instead, we sort of get disconnected.
Raise default.
It's really right here. We just start
Going dog.
waltzing through the smoke
Right in front.
with no calls.
Safe.
And the spawn players haven't left. And this is crucial because on this map, the timing of our retake is very important. So if I literally draw some lines here, this is where the spawn players are, and this is where the link players are. If they walk forward the same space, they're going to be fighting two completely different things. This is an angle they're going to be taking, and this is an angle they're going to be taking. And so we need this group to move up to the same point, so that way we can flood the next section at the same time, incrementally. And so what ends up happening is, you know, you can start like meandering up. You can go very slow while they go in a full run out of spawn. But our job here isn't really to fight sight. That is for the spawn players. I mean, they don't have anything else to fight. They're going to fight elbow and they're going to fight sight. Whereas you are going to fight sight, but you also have to look A main. And so we need to be focusing this lane first, while they don't have a choice. They have to juggle both. And this is honestly a better position to do so from, because this is a really shit angle to take. And so if they peek from back sight, this is a free kill for us. And so really it comes down to, are we dueling this elbow player? Do they have someone elbow? Are they playing on sight in these positions? And doesn't matter what happens. If we get into this position with two players and then we're in this position with two players, this is over. Like, I don't know how we lose this. Maybe one of us goes wide and gets picked from here, and then another one gets picked from this direction, and then, you know, some peeks here late, and then, I don't know, they turn and kill the last guy. You know, there is a world, of course, but I think this world has a bit better odds than this world with two here. And I guess these would be kind of the same thing, but spacing. We want these lines to push at the same time. And it would be the same if we were on flank. I know we talked, I think I talked to Yellow about this, but this group is not ready to go because this group is not ready. It'd be the same as if this group is here, neither of these groups are ready to go because this group isn't pushed up to here. And they need to be here before anyone can go in, just based on timing. And so now you can see, oh, everyone's good to go. Well, I guess not with 6 people on the map, but it'd probably be more like, you know, 2, 1. This player needs to get in a position. And now it's different. They can peek sight because we know there's no one A main. And so we want to start dueling these people as soon as possible to help alleviate here. But because we don't have the A main pressure, completely different scenario. So just the timing thing with the retakes and the coordination would help a lot with that.
Default. Raise default. City.
Yeah.
Safe.
Albeit, there's actually, oh, no, there is one A main. See. All I'm saying is maybe these players duel a little bit differently if they don't get a pick on you so early. Because I think what happens is they killed the Viper here.
Okay.
3, 2,
And
line.
the reaction is to start turning to another location because they've gotten one of the lanes.
Right in
a
front,
pick.
right in front.
So they picked one of each, and so then
Safe.
they just turn. They're
Default,
just turning to
default.
fight
Raise default.
someone that they know.
City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Safe.
And now that it's 1v1, Astra's finally going to reveal herself from maybe. So let's move on. Good example of something we could have done better is just on the timing, bro. The utility timing and the peak timing are two different things, and I guess that's the point I'm trying to get across here. But let us move forward. We actually start winning a lot more.
Spots, even though I think they're.
Yeah, let's not have both
I'll
controllers
go with
mid.
him. Yeah.
Not this pistol, I don't think.
Cypher's B.
I'm on him.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm stunned. I'm being pushed.
Push in. Let's fight this. Let's fight this.
Okay, sorry, I remember what happened here.
Cypher's B.
I'm on him.
Oh, I'm stunned. I'm being pushed.
Push in. Let's fight this. Let's fight this. Push B. Let's push B.
All right. So we take contact mid, saying I'm getting pushed. Our reaction is to go B. Very good.
let's go.
Get a trade. Even better. Notice how
know where
the
it is.
only thing here is Cypher
We're all
set
going
up,
here.
One person.
and we actually know he's back
Let's
sight.
okay.
So this is
left.
very free with the Viper wall as well. Problem is, look where we're planting,
Go for more.
and look at our positioning, and look at our gun. This is where it starts to fall apart. Is we have classics mostly, and we're planting for B main players that don't exist. So in this sort of scenario, we kind of just want to occupy as much of the site as possible and keep pushing forward due to our weaponry.
I can't
The
resmoke
classic specifically. I mean, we're just not going to win that fight against the ghosts.
Mark is still there.
Just ain't. Eventually we do
Hold
get
on.
the plant off, but notice we had
Hold
to
on,
move
hold
to
on.
stairs to do so. We should default to stair plant. It's a bit better for us anyway.
Last player
And yeah, the rest of the
standing.
round just sort of falls apart from here. 3v1 and they're defusing with like half duration left. It's very difficult to make work.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
that's
I can
just,
see.
Damn.
that is what it is, but I like this round early. Our call on the mid push is timely. We make the adjustment to just start going into B. We get the trade. Omen stalls out mid as for as long as possible, making this site hit as easy as possible. The only thing is we lose all of that free time back because of this breach dueling us. So once we kill Cypher here, our next adjustment should be fill his shoes and sort of go into the backside area and like duel into Boba, because there's very likely to be one there. But we lose all this free time. I don't know if it would have mattered, but it at least would have, like, if this bomb goes down, nobody is going to feel obligated to stand here, which, you know, why are you standing in the open there? This is the freest kill ever. Standing here now makes a lot of sense because you're defending your planter. You know, this is textbook. However, if we just plant here, we can have someone standing back here instead, and the other player can just go wide, and then we'll have perfect vision on them, and there's nothing they can do, especially after we kill Cypher here. If Cypher was still alive, this starts to make more sense, but once we kill Cypher, we need to occupy backside. That is so important. And then plant for it, because there's nobody else alive. You guys are the last players, so just plant for the backside and then play in the backside. It's going to force them into a really awkward retake, which they might not be ready for. But this is exactly what this guy was expecting when he was fighting with the ghost.
Yet.
So yeah, we'll move on. Eco. Skip the eco, because eco.
The entirety of left side.
Was it this? Oh, I guess we're playing for a win here.
Like above here. Can I,
minute.
Wallace?
Like,
Oh wait, yeah, no. I actually do want to share this. Good spacing, everybody.
I'm watching.
I'm stunned.
I can't do much.
Eddie on the fade.
At least we all died in the same zone.
A shot.
That's what
I'm mid.
matters.
Unlucky.
All three of us dying here. Unlucky that we get
gun not
spammed.
shoot?
But,
What the
that's
fuck?
what we can do about that. The good thing is, though, we were headed in the same direction, in the same spot,
Okay,
and
we have
I love
guns.
that. I
We have
don't
enough
even
in
care that
here.
you died.
Can I, Wallace, like this on
Okay.
A?
This is that round I was talking about with Fade entrying, and kind of on a low buy. And you toss your eye, and you go in.
Side.
Find you.
Pull up.
And I don't even think this was premeditated.
Don't go left. Don't go
Oh
left.
my god, wait.
We'll be clear.
I don't think anybody cleared right. But
Left side.
this makes
elbow.
Oh,
sense.
sorry. Close right. Close right.
Fade should be entering here.
Out, out.
On side.
Wall down. Could be safe. Oh no.
Backside.
Clear.
Instant trade. Love that.
It's done.
Yeah, bomb, just point.
It's fine.
Fade's gonna be elbow. Or I mean,
Care main.
man.
One CT.
I can wall.
I think...
Smoke down, CT.
I'm actually have a pretty good post here. Never mind, I was gonna say
Hold
something
down.
about that. I think this is a good round.
Two
Two
link.
link.
But notice this. Notice this timing. Their raise is out to here, and they haven't moved out of link yet. And so that's the timing we were trying to hit before. Sort of scaling up to this box right here. It's safe from sight, but they get to clear out this corner from elbow, which can be a big pain from this angle. The drop angle specifically, you can watch this. But they're clearing that first. And then what they're going to do is start wrapping this way and clear out while this set of players clears the backside angles. So it's going to be a pinch, and the only place you can stand is here. But then you're just going to be standing alone. So they have some pretty good timing.
Fade CT.
However,
Fade
we also have some pretty good positioning as well. Just clean up the round. Yeah, I mean, just sort of playing smoke fest. We have
That's one link. Right
three
side.
different smokes active at the same time: the Viper, the Omen, and the Cypher
Yo.
Cage.
Why did I
Kind
shoot
of
that
nuts,
fucking
but
bogey?
you know, that's very hard for them to
Is that
retake
what you were
into as
doing?
well.
I shot at you.
I didn't even react.
They had good
I
timing.
just
They easily could have
I don't know
gotten
why I
some
shot at
stuff
you.
out
I
of
just
that.
did.
We just had the better team at that time.
My senses weren't
Okay,
thinking
I'm gonna
about
do a few more, and then we're gonna call it.
That was really good, actually. Could you just do a full B frontal explode? We'll
I think, yeah, good call on this one, and we actually execute pretty well. As
dog and blast. Break
give
trip
this a
first.
watch.
Whoa, go!
I don't
Just
know
go!
why we're
Just go!
pulling
Just
out
go!
a knife, but we shouldn't.
Oh shit! I got it! There you go. Backside.
Oh, the bomb shot.
We take the space.
Wall drop soon.
We go out. Nobody covers the plan.
Flanks
So
with
that's
you.
okay.
more
CT,
CT.
CT, 2 CT, 2
I
CT.
guess.
One more
Alright,
CT.
keep
One
fighting
more, one more.
backside.
Chill, guys. Chill.
Notice how we're aiming for backside
Reach
now
CT.
instead of front
My smoke,
sight.
my smoke
Market,
market's
one
coming
market.
down.
Just leave.
One more.
Textbook execution.
Floating them in.
Love
If we're gonna
that.
play this, we have to have.
I think this
put it on the
actually
smoke here
ends
so
up
we can walk out,
devolving.
maybe?
I can.
Okay,
Not yet.
call when you can. Call when you can.
Coming out now, hold on.
Oh, no.
4 seconds.
I've
Cypher
I
with a
in
huge
eight.
flank
I in
here.
8.
You guys have vandals.
Oh, my ears.
Really
Down
spread.
bomb.
No one on
Uh,
bomb.
Don't I.
Yellow ping is bomb. Yellow ping.
Yeah, I'm just gonna... We win that. That's pretty easy. No, we're still playing for a win.
You could do the
Oh, you
same
boogie.
wall.
Like this.
You could,
maybe?
uh,
The same
you
one.
could do the same wall. Yeah, buggy me by.
No, this is from last round.
That's
Let's
fine.
go
Fine,
all
alright.
5 through mid.
Do the same wall, but with
Yeah.
Zeal when you.
This runs another good
Yeah,
example
yeah,
Oh,
of
it's okay.
Close that behind us here.
calling for a peak that
One
we
mid,
could have
one
had.
mid.
I think. Wait. Round 18? No, this is round 17. Oh, this is that round I was talking about with just like going 5 mid and flooding market. This looks beautiful.
No,
Sorry if you got hit by that.
Oh, it's okay.
Close that behind
Gets
us
the
here.
lurk kill. Look at our spacing in market right now. Like, what are they gonna do? Peek us?
One mid.
I mean, frag that guy. But when Fade comes back, like we're still covering Fade,
One hit your trip A.
and that's just beautiful.
One
mid.
CT.
Love that.
Breaking door.
Boom bunning
Plenty
here.
safe.
Two mid here.
And so now
Stun,
we're
stun.
glued
Fine,
together.
Mid.
We have a lot of
CT.
coverage from each other.
Nice.
Oh,
Life is good.
nice, good job.
Although it is against an eco, but the idea is still there. This is the one I wanted to talk about with the peaking.
Play main.
hold
Play
up.
right here.
Broken.
Wall down.
Damn.
Nice. Sniper on site.
We know Cypher is on site. What do we do?
Backside.
No
We
wall.
3,
no
2, 1
wall.
peek them.
Still
No,
backside in the
we
cubby.
just
Come
swing
on,
them.
come on.
Yeah. So we have this bad habit of calling out a position and then just swinging it Like, you acknowledge that's something that you can actually take a fight against, and then we all just out of habit just swing that. It's a very ranked habit. You know where someone is. You wanna try and fight them if you can. But this isn't ranked. We know he's pinned in this corner. Excuse me. We know Cypher's pinned in this area. There's nothing he can do. Just hold the line. You do have to hold the line for the info, so he doesn't get out to here. But we need to wait for our team to get up to this point, at which point they stack together and they go, okay, peek. And now you start swinging and they swing and it's over for this Cypher. But he kills you and has ample opportunity to sort of frag out and win the round.
140, 140.
But
Nice, good
thankfully
trade,
we're there in time. And then this is sort of sketchy as well,
Doing it for you.
where we get into this post.
One enemy
Nice. Wait,
Ping
just
one.
wait.
Pretty safe.
This
Pretty
smoke
safe
drops
post
on
plan.
top.
But,
Left side, left side.
Oh,
Yeah.
Good time, good time.
scary, man.
Good job.
That
good
was
job.
very
I
winnable
did
for
it.
them.
Oh, my
know
fault.
you-
And it could have been a result of that Cypher
That was
getting an extra kill
Let's go
that
A.
he shouldn't have.
Let's go A. Let's go.
Just something to consider. Okay. Where do we lose, actually? We're going to move around until I find the rounds that I'm looking for. Oh, we lost a round. This was round 21. Oh, yeah. I remember this one. Okay. Let's go back to the start. This one this is gonna be the last
Cypher's
one we're
putting
gonna
his
do,
trip
and
higher, so
the rest
so
you're just gonna have to
wouldn't,
watch on your own.
Okay. We
And
need the
use my
same
notes.
three.
With that.
Oh, we don't. We switched
But-
it. Zeal can go through main. That's fine.
I believe our plan is to end with a B split through mid.
As soon as
Cypher's A. Cypher's A.
we're going now.
Okay.
Stunned. He's swinging.
Okay, we lose our players in B main.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Not very good.
I will.
However, the rest of us decide to group, and this is exactly what we need to be doing.
Breacher's on B as well.
When we lose players and go into disadvantage, we need to generate advantage from nothing, which entails stacking on top of each other and waiting. Now at this point, yeah, you're probably right. Taking
Just put his camera.
advantage
top mid,
base
yeah.
is probably better, but yeah, notice how you're not across the map from each other right now, and this guy has no idea what's going on. So from this point on, things get very tricky to read, so I'm not going to try and make too many assumptions here. However, you have the right idea of group together and go A.
What if
I
you
think
win A?
Go A. Come here.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
because you have the Omen ult. The problem is you start running, and so Omen can't catch up to you because you're too fast, and you're also telegraphing to anyone in the nearby zones. You know, anyone in this radius just heard you running in this direction, and so now they know. Now they're ready, and that's how this round falls apart.
More could be on A.
Is that she knows you're here. If she's guessing, if you're walking and she has no idea, she's going to clear here, then she's going to clear here, and then she's going to clear here, and she's just clearing instead of, you know, pre-aiming the shit out of you and just lasering in because she knows you're there. We have to be very quiet in these disadvantaged situations because any info we give them is going to turn the round for us. Omen is so close. Like if you had not rounded this corner and Omen just got into spawn, she probably would have cleared you and then would have gone to spawn and just got fried by Omen because he's waiting there. But we lose the pick and it becomes unwinnable. But if you had picked, Fade and then gotten onto site with A, this is so winnable. And this is one of the few situations where you're at a disadvantage in numbers. It's a 2v3, but we actually have gun advantage and utility advantage, I think, because of the economy. And so just sticking on top of each other, playing for a trade, and just generating a huge amount of pressure together is the only answer that we needed for this round. But alas, that is not what happened. So
Damn, that's.
I'm gonna skip ahead so you guys can sort of just watch the gameplay in the background.
Who smoked that mid, please?
That's all I'm gonna be doing for this analysis today.
Nick, what's up, Moji? Like,
Those of you on the team who should be watching this analysis,
No
thank
pranks,
you for your time.
No.
I hope I could help you guys to get better. For those of you who are randoms just watching this for inspiration,
Oh god, I love you.
thank you. I don't know why you'd be watching this, but that's pretty cool of you. Make sure you drop a like down below, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm not too worried about it. This is mostly for my team, so if no one else likes this except for them, that is all good. But I am going to head out of here. My voice is pretty tired. I've been talking for a while. And, yeah. I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.